All right, gentlemen, welcome. Welcome to Rant and Chill. Now we're gonna talk about Love Bites. We're gonna talk about the live Blu-ray DVD album that you can get, Knockin' at Heaven's Gate. Pretty cool. We're gonna check out that trailer. Then we're gonna talk about, of course, the Rammstein till Lindemann thing. See, I'm kind of a Rammstein fan. I don't really do a lot of Rammstein reactions on this channel because I've heard just about everything they have. I don't think there's a song I haven't heard of. But we'll get into that. First, let's get to the Love Bite stuff, and then we'll get into the Till Lindemann, and yeah. Let's go ahead and put the Love Bite stuff on the screen here. This is the trailer for their Knockin' at Heaven's Gate, which is the live in Tokyo 2023 Blu-ray. I'm gonna lower my noise gate just a bit. It cuts off sometimes. All right. Hopefully it doesn't pick up anyone else in the background. Here we go. All right, let's go ahead and play this.
Why do they play heavy?
Oh, back up. So there's a voiceover thing. Okay. Why do they play heavy metal?
Why are those inside adorned in white once again? Why do they play heavy metal again?
Why? Why do they play heavy metal again? I think we're gonna find out why.
Slumberance. It's because we are the resurrection.
I like that. I like the echo. We are the resurrection. Oh man, I'm already sold. Man, this looks so cool. You gotta get this. I know money might be tight. I'm feeling it too, man. I'm in a saving period. I should have been saving a long time ago. I got a shed I need to remodel to become a new studio. This is the volume I have to maintain. Streaming in the house. This is hard to do, man. Oh yes, we're gonna get the Judgment Day album songs. I mean, you're gonna get the whole set list from night one. Oh, that's so beautiful, man. And look. Man, I'm really liking their new outfits too, man. A Blu-ray and DVD. Which one are you guys gonna get? I mean, you might as well get the Blu-ray. Might as well. Man, I want to get loud. I want to get loud and express my excitement, but all I can really do is say, guys, I really want to get this. Sami sounds great. It's better than ever. I agree. Sami sounds amazing. You know, I really should put the chat on this other monitor, so that way I'm not looking over there. And everyone looks fantastic too. I mean, Miyako looks lovely. They all look lovely. Asami sounds lovely. And this is Judgment Day. I'm pausing just a little bit here and there for copyright issues. You know why I'm pausing. Man, she has some pipes, man. Miyako's smiling. I know. You caught that too. Because she's glad to be back. You know, you think about how like long that hiatus was. For a show with no, everyone's smiling. Everyone's like ecstatic to be there. I mean, there was a period in that band where they didn't know what was going to happen, right? They didn't know if it was going to be a Love Bites anymore. But they're back. Oh, and playing live, man. That looks really nice too. Like the columns and things, and the little steps where where the drum kit is at. Looks really nice. All right, here we get the lineup. You have the opening, the 5 coffins. Pretty cool. The Awakening, which is a fantastic song. The Hammer of Wrath. Oh, that is a fan favorite. Brave Heartin'. That's also a fan favorite. Don't Bite the Dust. Ooh, man. Stand and Deliver. Shadowmaker. Break the Wall. Dancing with the Devil. Piano Solo. Liar. Judgment Day. Nameless Warrior. MDO. When Destinies Align. Holy War. Glory to the World. And the end credits. Now, Judgment Day, Nameless Warrior, and The Awakening, and Stand and Deliver going to be first time played live. Though not the first time I heard them live. You know, if you were part of the Shining Volume 2 thing, you know. But pretty cool, man. The Awakening is such a great song too. That's a good one to open up with. Now, question, being that guys, or like the other day, Ine hinted the letter K and what it could be, what it could mean. Some people were saying an EP. Some people were saying an album. I was saying an EP too. It's so silly. The writing was on the wall. I mean, they just had a live show not too long ago in Tokyo. Why not have a live album? So it was right there the whole time. So silly. But yeah, I mean, oh, the other question is, okay, to promote this live album, they're probably going to choose 1 or 2 songs to put on their YouTube page for like a live video, live performance video. Hopefully using live audio. It has to be using live audio. My question for you guys is, what songs do you think that's going to be? Do you think it's going to be The Awakening? If I were to guess, I'll take one song off of their Judgment Day album, and then one song, another song, but that has not been played before on the channel. So, like in a live performance. So I would say that The Awakening. I'm not sure about the other one. Maybe maybe Break the Wall. Is there official live on their channel for Break the Wall? Or do you think it's gonna be Shadowmaker? It can't be Shadowmaker. Shadowmaker's been done too many times. On their main channel. I mean, maybe, but I would say The Awakening, and then probably Break the Wall, or it could be Don't Bite the Dust, or maybe even Judgment Day. You know what? Judgment Day and The Awakening. It could be both those. Anyway, it's just something to think about. Man, they look great playing. Look at that pose. Man, lovely voice, lovely performance. I don't have the money right now, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to pre-order this too. You have until August 23rd. Release date is August 23rd. I'm a fan club member still. So I'll probably end up getting this, which is about $88 after shipping being $90. This is going to be $100. And that's cool, man. But right now, I mean, I really shouldn't be, because, you know, like I said, I'm trying to save up to remodel that shed for something. But what's $100? I think I could set that aside. Oh man, is it? Midori's here. What do you say? Victor doesn't have an overseas options. Use Tenso. This reminds me, the last time I ordered a live DVD, which was Heavy Metal Never Dies, I ordered the DVD and the T-shirt. I got the T-shirt. I've worn it. You've probably seen me wear it on a stream. I never received that DVD, and it's no fault to them. I think the middleman, the in-between person, whatever site I was using, honestly, I should probably just follow up and see if they still have it waiting for me to claim it. I don't know. By this time, they probably don't. But look at Midori's hair. Look at that. It still has that kind of like blonde look to it, though. But it's different, though. The style is different. It just looks very cool. You know, she looks like a character from like, oh, man. She looks like a comic book character or something, you know? Like Thundercats. She looks like a Thundercats character. She looks like an Amazon warrior, okay? All right. She's already armed. Look at those those guns she has there. And there's Fami. The newest member. It is still kind of like, when you see her, it's kind of like a deer kind of like figure out its legs. She's a good bassist. Don't get me wrong. And she's a good fit for Love Bites. Don't get me wrong on that. But she's the young one. She's gonna be that way. It's gonna be that way because of age and because of experience. But she has some big sisters to look out for her. You get 20 minutes behind the scenes with them. Cool. Opening video. Now the commentary about the band, that's gonna be in Japanese, so there could be subtitles. I mean, it would be so kind of goofy if there weren't subtitles. Be like an oversight. Be like, why couldn't you just translate it? But I wouldn't be surprised if there's no subtitles for the commentary. Man, the power stance of Midori. Did you see that? That right there? Man, let's make that bigger. Make that bigger. Hey, if you're watching right now, press that like button. If you don't mind. That power stance. Oh, you're missing part of it. Let's just say she's very fit. cover. We got to talk about that. This right here. This looks great. This artwork for the knocking at Heaven's Gate. It's glorious, man. Has anyone complained about the brightness of the lens flare? I think it's great. I think it's awesome. And that wolf right there, look, he's taking a step, but he's looking back at you. Like, you are going to follow, right? You're going to follow. It's good. I don't know. I think the wolf is looking back at you for reassurance. Like, follow me. To reassure you on your journey through the Heaven's Gate. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. That t-shirt, I would gladly walk around with this. This looks cool, man. So the album, if you get the CD, it's two CDs. Look at that. There's a laminate pass replica for first pressing only. What do they mean by that? Like a... I don't even know what that means. I think I know what it means. Like this says, t-shirt, towel. Get a towel. That would be one expensive towel. But what's the towel? Is it this thing? A little hand towel? Okay. Well, I'm never going to use that for anything. That's a collector's item. Yeah, if they don't ship to these states through here, I'm going to be in the same situation going through a third party to get this, which is going to be annoying. That's what you have to do. This is us. Fantastic, fantastic. Man, I'm hyped. I'm hyped. Glory to the world. Unlimited bundles include 3 formats, shirt, face towel. Okay. Man, you're right, man, Chad. Asami's voice sounds even better. This is too good. I don't deserve this. Do we deserve this? I think we do. Oh, man. That's such a rocking song. Oh. Okay. All right. Now, it's time to shift gears. We talked about Love Bites, and I'm hyped for that that live Blu-ray. I'll get the Blu-ray, unless I go cheap last minute and get the DVD. But at least I'll be able to play it in my, on my TV or whatever. But it's like if you're gonna get a video format, you might as well get the Blu-ray. Like if I'm gonna go that cheap and just get then I might as well just get the CD. I can still play CDs in my car. Anyway, so I might just get the Blu-ray. It depends on how. If I look at my bank, might be the factor. Okay, enough about that. So, there's a little bit of a situation. Let me put it to. She actually explains it, but let's do this. Okay. All right. So Rammstein. Of course, as a kid of the '90s, born late '80s, grew up through the '90s and 2000s, a huge Rammstein fan. Okay. I don't really react to their stuff here on this channel because I am very familiar with the stuff, and there's no point of reacting to it. But what I'm bringing up here is Till Lindemann being hit with a false hashtag Me Too allegation. Some are framing his situation as like the next Depp or next Marilyn Manson. Though this is Till Lindemann, the frontman of Rammstein, and a band that was banned from America for their Book Dish performance. At least that was the rumor. I didn't really follow through with that 100%, but that performance was pretty crazy. That we're talking about a band that, if you don't know what the Book Dish live performance was, during that live performance, they would. I can't say it here. I can't say what they did on stage. I'm streaming in the house. My kids are in their rooms. They can hear me talk. They did something that you would have to go to certain websites that cater to adults to see. Now, they were closed, but there was like a fake phallic object that ended up shooting a whole endless stream of like what looked like a champagne or something to be like, anyway, that's the band. Okay. Rammstein is a band that sings about familiar relations, if you know what I mean. What I'm saying is I like Rammstein. I like their music. And because I like their music, like the way it sounds, regardless of what happens with this investigation with Till Lindemann, I'm still going to enjoy Rammstein songs here and there because I don't follow the band or listen to the band for any particular kind of message. Hell, I'd rather not know what they sing about. When I was younger and I found out what they sing about, I was like, oh, you know what? It was better when I didn't know. How about I just done? I'm not going to translate it. It just sounds cool. It sounds badass. And, because cool industrial metal with like a German, harsh German sound to it. It's kind of cool. It's badass no matter what sort of depraved thing they sing about. But there's this allegation. This person named Shelby Lynn, came forward with an allegation that Till Lindemann had asked her to have sex with her. Now, for context, we're going to watch a bunch of videos here to give us some insight as to what was going on, because there's someone on YouTube that actually interviewed people that were there with this Shelby individual that can give us different angles of that event of what happened. So Shelby claims, now she was in the front row, a row 0, which is a row for girls, for women that were selected by the band, essentially, or selected by people that work for the band. Hot girls in the front. And we know this. Like, you go to a metal concert or a rock show, you kind of expect that sort of favoritism. Ladies in the front, hot ladies in the front. Okay? You kind of expect that sort of thing. It's kind of there. I remember hearing stories about Metallica back in the day, and they would have groupies lined up. And they would be invited to the back, as Shelby was invited to the back in this Rammstein concert, or to the backstage for the after party. And she claimed then there was a smaller party for just Till Lindemann, and that's where he asked her for sex, and she turned him down. And then, now the order of events from her side is kind of interesting. She says, then she passed out because she claimed she drank something that was spiked, and then woke up in her hotel room with a bruise. But we're gonna watch some videos here, and it kind of, the order of events seems kind of interesting. It's like, well, did you get the drink first? And why did he spike your drink and not everybody else? Like what's going on here? And before I get really further into this, let me just say, people are going to think I'm taking sides on this. Like, I stand with Teal or I stand with Shelby, the alleged victim. I got to say alleged, because it's all just allegations right now. But for this one, I'm going to not play into the whole team sports mentality. And instead, I'm going to withhold from making a strong judgment until the investigation is done. I'm not trying to be like sitting in the middle of a fence sitter or anything like that. But it's just, there's a lot that I don't know. And there's a lot that you don't know about this, right? We have our opinions and thoughts. We probably have, and we're going to express them, obviously. But do we really know? No, we don't really know what happened. So there is that. Okay, let's get into it. I think we can get into this in different angles. So Colonel Kurtz, this channel that I have here, is very interesting. She approaches this from, could be a false Me Too thing, and she does bring up witnesses, like in the contact of witnesses that do kind of paint a different picture. Or we could start here with Tank the Tech, another reactor, who approaches this from someone who's very familiar with the metal scene, the rock scene. I will say he does. I guess he does paint the same picture I did, where it's plausible that something like this could have happened. In the sense that, is it true that Till Lindemann likes to have after parties? Have after parties, just him? Yeah, that's true. I don't know what happens during those parties. But let's play part of this, and then when we need to, we'll get into these videos. These videos are going to be great. Okay. All right, here we go.
So obviously, as most of the music world knows, Rammstein, more specifically their vocalist Till Lindemann, in some pretty hot water lately. And I haven't really talked about this a ton, mainly because I don't know the guys. I don't know the people that have made accusations. I've never been around them, so I don't know what is true and what's not. But
So he doesn't really know what's true, what's not, because he hasn't been around them. Okay, all right. But he's going to be like, I've seen metal bands before, rock bands before. I know the environment.
do want to talk about this because everybody's been asking me my opinion as somebody that works in the music industry. But that's always a slippery slope, man. Giving my opinion would be unfair based on all the things I just told you. I don't know them. I haven't been around the situation. But I do want to talk about this situation just to get everybody up to speed. I am going to keep this very objective. As I've already told you guys, we're live on Twitch right now. For those of you watching this on YouTube later, I know there are a lot of fans out there that think very strongly about this. Please be respectful. Don't get crazy. There's no need to start arguments in the comments and stuff like that. I really want everybody that watches this to come into this with an open mind and just possibly think about this, from...
All right. Is that fair? To think of the approaches with an open mind? What do you think about that?
From my standpoint as somebody in the music industry rather than a fan, because we know, like, as fans of certain bands, when our favorite singers or band members or whatever get accused of things, those are things we don't want to hear. We like these people. Sometimes we've probably propped them too far.
No, I'll tell you right now, I don't like Rammstein for the individuals. I don't really know much about the band members, and I kind of prefer it that way. Okay. But I'm like that with certain bands. I guess you could say I was jaded with Michael Jackson. The less you know about Michael Jackson, the better, right?
Far up on a pedestal. and we want to think they can do no wrong. And sometimes this comes up, and I've seen a lot of people online going crazy. This all started a few weeks ago when there was an accusation against Till made from a user on Reddit. The short gist of it is they basically said they got invited backstage to a Rammstein concert. Sexual advances were made on that.
Well, when you get invited backstage at a Rammstein concert, what do you think is gonna happen? Okay, just would anyone be surprised at all if like sex was on the table? If sex was a possibility? Okay. I mean, kind of like, I guess you just want to go have a good time. Okay, go have a couple of drinks and chat. You want to chat? You want to talk? Talk about what? What are you going to talk about? Engage in philosophy? Are you just going to dance? Okay, that's cool. Drink and dance. Then what? It's just interesting to me. Like it's like I'm already starting to doubt the Shelby person a little bit, because it's kind of like, well, like what? Here's the thing: she could be telling the truth. We'll get into her allegation. She could be telling the truth, but it's like, what were you thinking? Yeah, it's not weird for him to ask you for sex. Hey, you want to fuck? He asked you. He asked you for consent, and you said no. Okay. Okay. Then what?
Them from the vocalist Till. This person denied them, and then they basically claimed that they got drugged and don't remember the rest of their night, and that they're basically sexually assaulted.
Nope. There we go. Oh, she said no, but she was sexually assaulted. I gotta say, alleged. Okay.
Person did make it a very big deal on the internet to like.
You know what? I think right now is a good time to talk about the Shelby person. Let's do that. Let's do that real fast. I'm going to show you this video. This is on the Colonel Kurtz Controversy channel. I think that's a good one to start with. Now, I'll play it for you.
I'm in shock. I'm actually in shock. Brand new bottle of tequila. Just opened it. I have a video of me opening it.
That's Shelby, by the way. That's Shelby in that shirt there with the tequila bottle.
It doesn't foam. It doesn't foam. Only whenever that GHB drug is in there mixed with drugs or alcohol, it foams.
Here she's trying to claim that the drink she had was foaming, and it was foaming because there was something in there. Okay, we'll play some more of it. Now, what else could be in tequila that would make it foam if you mix it with something? And he's there at the. There's other witnesses there, and we're gonna play more of that as well. So she was not alone when the drink was made, from what I gathered from other witnesses. There's tequila, and then there's some sort of mix he puts in there, and that explains it here.
This is the Rammstein accuser trying to convince the viewers that there was GHB in her drink the night that she went to the pre-party where Till Lindemann served the drinks. She's trying to convince the viewers that she had GHB in the drink because it was frothy. But as a number of people have said, and as is common knowledge, Till Lindemann likes to mix tequila with Prosecco.
Prosecco.
Which, yes, makes things frothy. And so this woman is just a lunatic.
Now, we are framing it, but this is the same woman, and pay close attention to what she says and how the allegation has changed.
After Rammstein, do not meet your idols. Fuck Rammstein. Fuck them. I swear to God, Till Lindemann is a pedophile piece of shit.
She just said Till Lindemann is a pedophile piece of shit. Is she trying to say she's underage? But she's not underage. Okay.
After Rammstein. Do not meet your idols. Fuck Rammstein. Fuck them. I swear to God, Till Lindemann is a pedophile piece of shit that wanted to fuck me.
Is a pedophile piece of shit that wanted to have sex with me, is what she's saying. Okay. Okay. It's when you look at it this way, one could ask the question, why would she make this up? Why would anyone like her in her situation, be making it up? Well, those are the possibilities, right? What she's saying could be true. Okay, if it's true, then okay, fine. But if it's not true, why would it be not true? What would be her motivation? Well, we can't ignore that many people are motivated to do all sorts of really dumb things for attention. You can go on TikTok or YouTube Shorts to find all sorts of people doing really dumb things to themselves, to others, pranks, self-harming, or whatever it be for attention. Lying about people for attention. There's whole various spheres on YouTube that are engulfed in drama for attention, where people just make up stuff on each other for attention. So it's very possible. It is a possibility. I'm not ruling it out. At the same time, I'm not saying that what she's saying is completely untrue. I don't know, right? I don't know 100%. But what I am saying is that, that there could be like, okay, she's very angry with what happened, and it feels like no one's really believing her, so she's adding more to it, saying that now he's a pedophile piece of shit. Or it could be that, it's all made up and no one's really believing her and she really wants to double down. And so she says, he's a pedophile piece of shit. It could be one or other. Okay. It's possible. Okay. This is the video. Actually, you know what? Now's a good time. Let's actually go back to this video, get a little bit more, and then we're going to get some witnesses. Okay, we're going to let Tank the Tech explain the situation a bit more. Then we're going to hear it from another perspective.
Like blow up and make this known and talk about this. And like even made it like the bio, the info on their social media. It's like they were going very, very, very hard. And of course, like we said, a lot of people came to the band's defense. A lot of people were victim shaming, says, this person is making this up for money, which I hate to see that. We have seen that has happened before.
Well, not really for money. Money could be an outcome, but for attention. People do all sorts of things for attention. People like that. It is as simple as the likes and all that stuff. Just people talking about you, looking at you, paying attention to you. Of course, it could lead to money.
In other cases, but now in turn, there's people that don't bring this stuff up because they're afraid of being shamed for it. And
that is also true. There are people that are afraid to bring stuff up. Yeah.
So, but anyways, all that aside, let's go on. So the whole after party thing is called Row Zero. The concept is that representatives of the band find quote unquote hot girls, bring them.
Shout out to 45 in the chat. He got the Blu-ray, the LOVEBITES Blu-ray. That's good, man. That's good.
And backstage to party with the band, stuff like that. What I will say, that is not an uncommon thing in the music industry. That is
well, no shit, Sherlock. Everyone knows just about every rock band, metal band. This is prevalent in the rapper scene. It's prevalent, man. If there's a bunch of fans and a lot of them are hot women, they're going to be sent to the front, and the band's going to make a selection. Okay, they're just gonna be asked to come to the back. I have a party. What happens happens. Okay, as long as all consenting, I don't care what happens. You mean adults want to go have a fun time with someone famous, someone they idolize? Cool, go have a fun time. Knock yourself out, whatever. As long as they're consenting, of course.
Not a unique thing to Rammstein. I've seen a lot of people saying the band is scummy for doing this. Guys, I have seen this on almost
every band does this. It's something that's not going to change. Because here's the thing. There are women that line up for that opportunity. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That happens. Look, it all depends on what is your definition of a good time. What is your definition of a good time? Okay. Some people like to fuck. Some people like to fuck a lot. They want to fuck a lot of people and they want to fuck famous people. Okay.
Every tour I've ever done that has a party environment. Somebody from the band, whether it's a production assistant or a band member's assistant or somebody in the crew, to get extra passes when the show's letting out. They're in the crowd just looking for basically talent scouting is what it is. And whoever's out there will find a group of girls and be like, hey, we got some passes. You guys want to come party with the band? And this is not an uncommon thing, man.
It's so common that System of a Down did a song about it. It's so common, man. Everyone knows about it. Okay, we'll skip to the allegations and the investigation. Here we go.
So this article we're looking at says, what are the allegations against German rock band singer Till Lindemann? Police in Germany have announced they are investigating...
Oh, I was saying Lindemann, huh? Lindemann. Okay.
Till, after several women have now come forward with allegations of sexual assault and drink spiking, as well as claims that they were groomed for sex at concerts. Till has denied the allegations, with his lawyers calling the claims without exception untrue. Rammstein has also previously responded to the claims, writing on Twitter that they could rule out the possibility of what is being claimed took place in our environment. They then issued a further statement saying they take the allegations against Lindemann extremely seriously and insisting they want their fans to feel comfortable and safe at shows.
So they walk it back. Wow, that's not looking good. That's not looking good for Teal at all. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Might be a bad news bear situation over there.
So we're at where we stand right now. The band is under investigation. More specifically, Till. He is under investigation. No charges have been filed. There are several women that have come forward with these claims.
There's two that are known, and the rest are just kind of like anonymous. We have no idea who they are. You know? I don't know.
Having similar stories about getting drugged or sexually assaulted or groomed at shows. And some of these women are remaining anonymous as well. And I've seen some people accuse them of being like, well, they're just doing it for money and clout and blah, blah, blah.
Shelby's story's a little doubtful. The other people, I'm not so sure what happened. We'll get into that too. And what I'm saying is, it is possible something like this could have happened. For sure, the way Till Lindemann operates. I mean, we're gonna get into it a little more here. Apparently, like, he has his own parties. Okay, he kind of has separated himself from the band for like decades now with Rammstein. He has his own bus too. Okay, he has his own bus, his own pre-parties and after parties. So that's kind of a hint of something a little. Yeah, the rest of the band's kind of like distancing themselves from him.
And it's like, well, if that was the case, they wouldn't be doing it anonymously. But the second part of this is that Rammstein, they're known notoriously for having like really fucking good lawyers, dude. Like some of the best in the music industry, whether it comes to...
Is that true? I mean, I've heard some stories. So, you know, I believe them.
PR or copyright stuff or anything like that. Any normal person would not be in the crosshairs of Rammstein's lawyers without reason. Allegations against Lindemann first began following an alleged incident that took place at the band's recent concert in Lithuania. The girl, whose name is Shelby Lynn, she's 24, she's from Ireland. This is the girl from Reddit. She claims that her drink had been spiked.
That's the girl that called Teal a pedo. 24 as of age, so I don't know what she's talking about.
By Lindemann, saying she had denied the rock star sexual advances whilst at an after party and later wound up at her hotel with bruises she didn't remember getting. More allegations against Till.
Kind of insinuating. We'll let him read the rest of the allegations, then we're gonna play a video that has a witness that was there. There's actually two witnesses that saw her and was with Shelby, and they can explain to you from their perspective what happened.
Have surfaced after with multiple reports of sexual assault. One woman told a broadcaster in Germany that she had been backstage at a show in February 2020 when she was 22, when Lindemann asked her to join him in a secluded room before allegedly forcing her to have sex with him. Reporters also spoke to another woman, age 21 at the time of the alleged incident, who claimed she awoke in a hotel room to find Lindemann lying on top of her. She then further alleged that Lindemann's team of handlers had later offered her drugs, which she said she refused. So there's quite a few accusations going on here.
But you're not going to take the drugs? Take the drugs at least. Jeez.
Man, and they do not look good. I will say that right now. This does not look good. You know, I know.
Yeah, it hasn't looking too good. The drummer kind of says something where he's kind of distancing himself from Till. We'll get into that, and then we'll play that video with the other witness.
So a lot of people in the music industry keep asking me what I think about this situation, and I will simply say it does not look good. Speaking of it not looking good, though, the next thing I want to bring up, and this is kind of huge in my opinion of knowing how bands work. Rammstein's drummer, Christoph Schneider, has come out with a statement, and I want to read this statement. Actually, I may not read the full thing because it's pretty long, but there's a big thing in this that I want to point out that it made me go, oh, that's not good. Christoph started off by saying, "Dear people, I would like to share my personal emotions and thoughts with you. The accusations of the last few weeks have deeply shaken us as a band and me as a person. You fans certainly too. I feel as if in shock by the things that we have been shared on social media and in the press and print about our singer. This is an ebb and flow of emotions for us band members and crew. No, I don't think anything criminally relevant, such as the use of knockout drops, happened. No."
Okay, so right now, sounded pretty good. Sounds like the drummer's saying, you know what? I don't think anything bad happened. But just wait.
"Oh, I don't think anything illegal was going on. I've never seen anything like it, nor heard anything like it from any of our crew of 100 people. All I heard from Till's parties were adults celebrating together. And yet things seem to have happened that, although legally okay, I personally don't think are okay. Certain structures have grown that went beyond the limits and values of the other band members. It is also important to us that Till's party..."
Oh, you mean like the pussy train? I mean, that's pretty much what it is. The line of women that are just kind of there for Till.
"Parties are not confused with our official after-show parties. Till has distanced himself from us in recent years and created his own bubble with their..."
And there we have it. There we have it. Where he has, where the drummer has distanced himself from Till in this situation. Not looking good there. Not really showing solidarity, right? Not really showing that he really has Till's back here. Okay. Now let's hear it from the witness that was there.
Of basically creating an environment where she says she claims she was drugged at a pre-party, and also she claims that she somehow got a bruise sometime during the night, a huge bruise that she seems to be somehow attributing to the fault of this somehow to the band or to the crew, or I don't know. She's kind of backtracking on that. And then she also tells a story about an incident during the show where she was introduced, she claims, introduced to Till Lindemann, and he asked her for sex. She turned him down, and she's presenting this as some kind of a traumatic incident.
"Oh my God, Till Lindemann wanted to have sex with me? What?
And so the band came out with a
I mean, she already seems a little drunk in that video.
statement that's making the news now. And so there's been a lot of talk around this, and I wanted to talk to someone who actually was there. She was there with the accuser. This person I'm going to interview, she was in the infamous row 0. That is the area right in front of the stage where you have people specially invited to go to after parties and, you know, a lot of pretty girls, as you would expect at a rock concert. And so she was there at this concert in Vilnius, Lithuania, where this fan claims that this stuff happened to her. And also she was with this woman more than really anyone else, apparently.
Yeah, so she was in the back room or in the after party as well.
With her during the concert and also after the party.
So we have a witness. We have a witness there.
So thank you for doing this. I know it's last minute. I know that it's late where you are, and so I really do appreciate it. And I appreciate that you've been speaking out a bit this week. So you went to the Rammstein concert in Vilnius, and you were in row 0. Is that right?
Yeah, I have been there.
Okay. And how did that come about? Because a lot of people have been talking about how people are selected to be in row 0 and that process.
Good
It's
question.
nothing that hard because a lot of girls are messaging to Alana, and Alana is the person who is giving those invitations. And I was one of those girls who was writing to her and asked, Alana, can I go to the pre-party? Can I go to the row 0? And she said, yeah, of course you can go.
What's up with her makeup? You notice that? Wait, is that makeup or is that a piercing? I see a bright spot right here. I can't unsee it.
So that night at the concert in question, you went to the pre-party where Shelby was, and then also the after party?
Yes.
You were there in that area during the whole concert in this row 0
So you would think she would have a pretty good account of what happened then. I mean, is she a trustworthy source?
area by the front of the stage that a lot of people are talking about. And you spent a pretty good deal of time, you said, probably more than anyone else, with this accuser, this Shelby woman. So how did that happen? Was she is she a friend of yours, or it just you happened to be standing next to her?
No. First of all, we met only on the concert day, and we were speaking at the party. That's where I met her.
Oh, they were concert friends. Okay.
And we were very friendly to each other. We were drinking, having fun, we're dancing. And in the end of the day, we're spending too much time. I meant from pre-party, we was also during the show, and sometimes we spent at after party. So it was almost half day.
Okay, so
She spent all day with that girl. All day with Shelby. And I think they could show some clips of how Shelby was during that. She did not seem like she'd be really cool to hang out with. Like she was out of her mind.
you hung out with Shelby, and it sounds like you hung out with other people who were partying at the everything pre-party, throughout the concert, and the after party. Okay, what I guess I'm going to ask you about some specific things in a minute, but what was your impression of her overall and her behavior throughout? What would you say?
So at first, I love her style because she looked different. Other girls was wearing some dresses, basic ones, and she was like a rock style dress up, and I was like, it's super cool. And I was communicating with her, and she was super loud person. I mean, super loud. She
She's very, very loud. They're going to show some videos of her being extremely loud.
was always kind of singing, screaming, like Rammstein every time. I mean, none of the girls did that.
Rammstein! Rammstein! Hello!
She's already being loud, like obnoxiously loud. That's how she's talking?
She was doing this very
Oh. I'm sorry. Like, that's not cool, man. Even at a concert, it's like, Shelby, control yourself.
often, I mean. Also, she was too enthusiastic about everything. She was, I don't know how to say. I mean,
There's video, yeah.
Energetic. She was
Wait,
say,
back
and
up.
she was very.
Okay. I was curious if Shelby was holding that water. That water looks questionable, doesn't it? Let's make it bigger. I think that's supposed to be water in that bottle, but it looks discolored. You know, like something is in it. Is it just me? Or do you see it too?
Rammstein every time. I mean, none of the girls did that.
Rammstein! Rammstein! Hello!
She was doing this very
Dude, there's something in that bottle.
often. I mean,
on
also she
drugs
was too
already.
enthusiastic about everything. She was.
He's high.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how to say. I mean,
There's video.
too
Yeah.
energetic. She was too energetic. She was. I don't know. She was too friendly with everyone. She was hugging everyone. She just wanted. I saw that she wanted attention so bad. I mean, she was acting like, okay, I will shout here. I will call whatever I want to do, and people will notice me. So that was my impression.
To handle! Everybody's sexy as fuck here. Oh my.
She claimed that she thought she was drugged at the pre-party. So a couple
Yeah. I'm kind of wondering if she drugged herself. What? I mean, it doesn't look too good for team show. I said I wasn't gonna do the whole team thing. I'm saying it looked like she could be under the influence. I don't know.
couple of things I wanted to ask. Did you feel strange? I mean, because I'm sure you were drinking at the pre-party.
No.
Did you feel
No.
drugged?
No chance. I mean, all the bottles were sealed. We were
Mm.
opening bottles on ourselves. There was option, what do you want to drink? No one said you need to drink this and that, and with no option. So we were drinking what we wanted, and we opening bottles. We having fun. No one was using drugs, as I saw none of the girls.
Mm.
And I don't know why she's telling that at the party someone spiked her.
She claims that throughout the night she just became completely, like, after being, she claims, drugged by someone, she became completely like just totally out of it.
No chance. I mean, I was with her. I saw her. I
She was too loud for that. She's like, I wish.
knew what she was drinking. I know how she was acting. I know for how long she was dancing.
Okay, so the pre-party, was anyone there? Was Till or any of the band members?
So mostly Joe and Till.
Okay, so
Till
Joe,
came-
go ahead.
Yeah, Till came to us for one time. He was just checking what are those girls. He just wanted to introduce himself. He wanted to have a friendly conversation before the show. And yeah, he made some shots for us and for himself as well.
So he made shots for you, and this was something that the accuser, Shelby, initially was really harping on, and she seems to have retreated back from it a bit, from emphasizing it. But it seemed like at first she was claiming that Till was probably spiking the shots that he was handing out. It sounds like to me that Till, he gave drinks to he poured shots for a lot of people. So why
Yeah.
was she the only one who was drugged if if Till was doing it?
All the girls who was there was drinking because, oh my god, Till is here. Okay, let's go.
So according to this witness, she was serving. They were all being served these shots of tequila. So, I mean, is Shelby's story that like Teal really wanted her and is gonna drug her and not anyone else or whatever? I mean, and there's other people there, other people watching, like she was there, and she didn't notice that.
Get a shot. Oh my god, come on. So all the girls was feeling the vibe, and we took some shots, and everything was fine. I mean, Shelby was looking fine as well, because after Till left, because of the show, he was kind of getting ready. He was kind of getting ready for the show,
And this was a pre-party, so they had to go to the whole show, the Rammstein show, and then for the after party. So if she had been roofied or drugged in the pre-party, she would have been passed out during the show. She wouldn't have made it to an after party.
It was almost
She wouldn't have made it out of there at all. She would have just been passed out. I don't think she would end up in her motel room or hotel room where she was at.
8 before the showtime. Joe came to us and said, okay, girls, now take whatever you want. Please make some drinks if you want. If you don't need some drinks, let's go to the stage. So we made some drinks of Shelby and we went to the stage.
That's kind of cool. You have access to a bar. You could just make drinks before a party.
All right, so then midway through, sometime during the
Before a
show,
show.
Shelby comes out, and she's been somewhere, and she films herself, kind of screaming over the fact that she claims that Till Lindemann asked her for sex, and when she went to meet him, and she so you can see the video, and she's like, me, Till Lindemann, me.
Oh my god, Till Lindemann wanted to have sex with me? What?
So, were you aware of this, or like, did she talk to you when she came out, or what was your sense of what was going on?
Oh my god. So at first when she came back from, I don't know, on their stage on something, she already picked her phone and she started filming herself, and I was like, what are you doing? She's, Till wanted to have sex with me. Till wanted to have sex with me. I was like, what's happened next? And I said, no, because sex is special for me. I was like, okay, and what's next? And Till was super pissed, because Joy said that I will go only just for sex to him and everything. I was like, okay, and did something happen? She said, no, everything was fine. He was super pissed and he let me out. Just like that.
We don't know first.
Okay. So it's not like Till was asking, hey, you want to have sex? Like a rock star would to like a groupie. And she said no. Yeah, he was a little pissed. But he was able to go watch the show.
Hand what happened or whatever. This is her saying this, but that story, like, there's no assault or anything in that.
No.
And
It's just
it's
them
like, it's
asking
almost
for
like
consent.
and also she's trying to claim that she was, but that as it got into the show, she as the show proceeded, that she was really, that drugging just really took effect, and she was really incapacitated and out of it. So I wanted to ask you, do you feel like during the show, she looks like she's having a great time and she's being really loud and looks like she's had a lot to drink, to me. But did you feel like she was really drugged up?
I think she only was drunk. Because the way she was talking, the way she was moving, drug person won't do that. I mean, she was dancing all the time. She was banging with her head. And she was dancing all the time.
She's moving around. I'm pausing for copyright. I mean, she's out there dancing. She does not appear to be drugged. And she's next to this witness.
Non-stop. I mean, she told previously.
Okay, because think about what's happening here. This witness, if Shelby was drugged, she would have been passed out during the show. And this witness would have seen that happen. So either this witness is lying or Shelby is lying. Who's lying? Okay.
I think that, I was kind of blacked out. No chance. I mean, she was dancing all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Was having fun, and
she seemed pretty clear. I mean, I understand you're saying she was drunk, but like you said, there was no blacking out. There was no like passing out, or she didn't seem like out of it. Like she didn't know what was going on.
No, she was always using her phone.
And he said, okay, so apparently
she was always filming, surrounding herself. She was turning camera to herself, and she was saying something. I can't remember because I was dancing and music was too loud, but she was kind of saying something to herself as well and saving those videos. But mostly she was dancing and I don't know. Nothing wrong happened.
Now, the concert ended and you went to you and Shelby and some of the others went to the after party, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So she claims that by this point she was just totally trashed. I'm not saying drunk. I'm saying that she claims that she was totally drugged and that she doesn't even remember and she's
If she was truly roofied, she would not have made it to the after party. If Till Lindemann gave Shelby a Cosby treatment and put a little something in the drink, she would have been knocked out during the show.
speculates this might have been when she got that bruise that she was showing off online. What did she seem like to you at the party? The after party. Yeah, how was she?
She was fine. She was sitting on sofa. She was chatting with different girls, and she was, as far as I know, she was drinking something. But I can guarantee that it was water, as she said in her stories. But she was calm, and she was chatting with girls because there was a lot of people, and I think she finally understood that maybe it's time to settle down and don't be too energetic. And I can remember the time I was leaving, I said goodbye and I left her with another girl and she seemed completely fine. Like, no chance that she was spiked. She was like, "Oh, you're leaving. Okay, bye." I mean, she was standing like a normal person. Nothing wrong was happened.
She was standing like a normal person.
So she even saw her at the end of the night, too. Okay.
So you went out there. Yeah, she was standing like, yeah. Well, and that's the impression that I get from looking at some of those videos. Now, and I wanted to ask you as well, in one of the videos that's come out, she is at various times hanging on Joe Letts. And for people who don't know, this is someone who has received some criticism from people, I think unjustly so, for being some kind of predatory assistant for Till and being an asshole about security. And he's at the front of the stage and he's kind of monitoring things and he was an asshole and stuff. And I don't see that. What I do see is like in the video where the accuser is hanging all over Joe and he's trying to kind of.
Oh, look at that. Look at Shelby hanging on that dude in the jacket. And that dude is clearly saying, "Get away from me."
Be polite, but get out of her grasp and kind of, placate her, sort of put her away. So was she grasping all over Joe and he's trying to kind of be polite, but get out of her grasp and kind of, and he's trying to kind of be polite, but get out of her grasp and kind of, placate her, sort of put her away. So was she bothering people up there? Because I saw a number of people looking at her in some of the videos and gawking at her. Was she being like kind of out of control during the show?
Like, from the beginning, a lot of girls notice her from the fan zone that she's kind of different. I mean, she acted differently than other girls. Other girls was like standing and waiting for the show. She was kind of bouncing her tits and she was shouting.
Okay, what? What in the world? And this is the person. Okay. You're thinking what I'm thinking, and now you understand why I framed the stream the way I did. It's hard to believe, right? And it gets harder to believe her side and what she said. When you look at certain things, it's like, okay, what's going on here?
Show, she was kind of bouncing her tits and she was shouting and
look, man, there's a lot of possibilities here. Let's just lay it out here. So she said, okay, if she's telling the truth, okay, then it is Till Lindemann came onto her and she said no. And she's like upset that they even did that. Okay. All right. But then she was like drugged. And then there was a bruise. And somehow she went home. But at the same time, she was with this other girl the whole time. Okay. That's one possibility. There's a lot of questions there, like how did you get home? Who's your ride? What? The other possibility is that when she was in the pre-party thing before the show, that maybe she asked Till if she could have sex with him, and he said no, and she was hurt by that. That's possible. I mean, we don't know what happened, other than what Shelby said, because Shelby came out from, I guess, under the stage, and it's her story of like Teal came onto her. She could have came onto him, or maybe, you know what? Maybe that part did happen, and the rest of it is all like foggy because maybe she was drunk during that day. Clearly, to me, it looked like she was. So she doesn't remember a whole lot of things that happened. She was very loud there, though. Maybe she's a Rammstein super fan. Maybe she actually wanted to say yes, but she said no because she wasn't sure. I don't know. There's a lot of things going on here. It is so murky, you know. And just keep this in mind. We're just talking about one person's story right here. The other people's story, you know, you got to look at it based. You got to look at it case by case. Okay.
Showing that she needs attention. I mean, to show that.
She's claiming that she was drugged on something like GHB or whatever that would make her really sedate and sluggish and out of it. And it sounds like what you're saying is like no one was concerned that she was incapacitated. They were just like, who is this really annoying hyper bitch? Like, what's going on here, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a point.
Okay, so I'm just curious, at the after party, did you see anything, any behavior by anyone that concerned you? You know, anybody in the band or the crew that seemed out of line, or anything going on that shouldn't have been?
Nope. Mostly what was bothering me was security, because there was too much security everywhere. Very helpful. I mean, we are.
Oh, she said there's too much security. Too much security.
There was too much security there.
Yeah, well, it sounds like they've got to try to keep people safe from
Yeah,
Till Lindemann on a rampage. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Sorry. I'm sorry with the language barrier. I'm sure sometimes I say things you don't understand what I'm saying. All right. So one thing that's come up too about her behavior, and again, this stuff is only relevant because she's bringing up all of these allegations, and she has brought her mental state into question, and she's accusing people, she's accusing people of drugging her and everything. So like, it is relevant to ask. I'm just curious, did you hear any talk of drugs from her or anything like that?
So mostly she was talking with me that she's using some kind of medication and that she loves weed. That's it.
She loves weed, and she was on some kind of medication, and she was drinking. I mean, it's possible. Something could have happened there. Now, of course, we don't know what medication. This witness is not telling us that, doesn't have that information. But it's possible. And let's say she was on medication, some sort of psychotropic, and it had a bad effect with alcohol. Sure. I mean, that could explain why how she doesn't remember how she got home. And as far as the bruise, she's at a metal show. She was at a Rammstein show. You're in front row at a Rammstein concert. You're gonna get a bruise. I got a bruise when I was at a Nemophila show over here in Houston. There was like a little bitty mosh. Okay? I mean, I don't... What she's saying, Teal drugged her and then beat her and raped her? I mean, that's a pretty big allegation there. Gonna need some proof on that. Gonna need... And remember, according to her story, this happened before the show. Being drugged before the show. Before the Rammstein concert. This supposed drugging happened at the pre-party. So she sat there or stood there in the crowd for an hour-long show? And this supposed drug didn't take effect until later on? Okay, that's way too long.
Like she said, yeah, she loved weed. You know what's strange? When this all happened, on Tuesday night, she was posting stuff on Reddit. And when I woke up, a lot of people came to me, like Lithuanians ones, found me on my Instagram and sent me this post. And they said, "Do you know this girl? Does something happen to her?" I was like, "Why? What? Why my face is there?" And I was kind of trying to reach Shelby, and she was ignoring me all day.
Oh.
And I asked her, "Do you want to tell me anything?" She said, "I have so much to say." And she said nothing to me, but she was posting a lot of on Instagram. I mean, if you spend most of the day with that person and something bad happened, I think you should inform someone, and you can inform that person who was with you all the time. And she did nothing. I mean, she was only posting videos on her Instagram. So it's really strange to act like this.
That's a good point, because it's like if you were the person.
I gotta say, this witness really, for me, it makes it difficult to believe Shelby's side of the story. Well, it does merit some questioning. It does give room for questioning, like a lot of room.
Person who was closest to her at this event, and you were pre-partying, after party, during, and you know, and so why, if all this stuff happened to her, you know, drugging and someone assaulting her, if she has a bruise, you know, and why not tell you? Yeah, and she was using your picture too. So I guess the last thing that I wanted to ask you, in view of this whole situation, do you have concerns as a fan? Do you have, and as someone who has been in Row Zero and has gone to these parties and what have you, do you have concerns about Till Lindemann or about Rammstein? Do you feel like that he's predatory, the band is predatory? Do you feel unsafe? Like, what do you think?
No, I felt safe because there was a lot of security, as mentioned before, and everything was fine. When I met Till was very friendly. He was talking with other girls. He was making jokes, and I don't know. He even did not touch any girl. I mean, there was a lot of girls sitting around him, and it was, I don't know, super nice. But he was telling jokes.
Well, listen, thank you so much.
Okay. Now there's another witness. There's another witness that was there that day that has something to say. What did they say? We won't probably play this whole thing. We'll see. We'll see. Is this the witness? No. Oh yeah. This one is. This one is. Okay. Let's check it out. All right. And the important thing about this introduction is you see Shelby is there with these other ladies. So you understand these ladies are not making this up. They were there at the show too. Okay. I'm not sure how Colonel Kurtz got in contact with them, but she did good work there.
All right, everybody, I have been covering the big story coming out of Europe about the band Rammstein, and they have been at the center of a media firestorm about a number of allegations that were triggered by a fan at a concert in Vilnius several weeks ago. And this fan then went online and claimed that she believed that she had been drugged at a band pre-party. Also, that she had been asked for sex by Till Lindemann midway through the show, and she refused him. And she said nothing happened after that, but she's acting like that's a really traumatic incident.
Oh my God, Till Lindemann wanted to have sex with me? What?
And
you know, I'll say it's weird hearing this, and also knowing that the drummer kind of seems like he's not really supporting Till and kind of stepping away. You know, well, the reason why I say it's weird is because while Shelby's story doesn't seem to really be holding up, there does seem to be, it's like the band seems to recognize there is, I guess Till may have like a habit of doing something that they may not really like, I guess. I mean, they've been a band together for a long time. They're going to throw him under the bus for this? Man. Could you have a Rammstein without Teal? I don't think you can. I don't think you can.
And then she claims that once the drugging took effect from the pre-party, that in the second half of the concert and at the after party, she was totally out of it, drugged, doesn't remember what happened. So there have been a number of women who were with this accuser all through the concert, and they have come forward to talk about it. And so I have one for us here today who was with Shelby all throughout the concert and the parties, and also who went to the after parties and can talk about that. Her
So this woman was at the after party, so she could tell us what happened.
name is Julia. So hello, Julia. Thank you so much for joining me.
Hello.
So I wanted to first of all just explain sort of how you fit in here. You were at the concert at Vilnius, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you went to all of the parties. You went to the pre-party and the after party, and then was there another after party, a smaller one?
Yes, I was everywhere. So I went to the pre-party. I was at the concert at the Zero Row, and the after party there were like two of them, like a small one only with Till, and the biggest one was with the other band members. But not all of them were there. Only Richard and Paul.
Her room looks extremely bleak. I say that
Right. So I want to be very clear because it gets so confusing with all of this talk about the parties. Oh, so there is this row zero, well, not anymore, but there was this row zero, which was basically an opportunity for women to go to the front of the stage and to watch the band. And frankly, it was a PR move. From everything that I found, it was a PR move to have attractive women, like yourself down there in front where everyone can see, right? But one benefit of this row zero thing is that you get to go to a pre-party with the members of the band who want to show up. You get to go to an after party with a number of people, of fans and members of the band who want to show up. And then there is an after party, which is basically like just a smaller party of people that are invited to hang out with Till. And so you...
And what happens at the after party? Okay. What do you think happens?
You went to all of these, and I think therefore you can attest to what was really going on there. Did you feel at any time that the purpose of row zero, or the purpose of you going to these parties, was so that Till Lindemann could have sex with you if he wanted to?
Never.
Okay.
The main idea.
He says no. I mean, do you think that's true? Is Julia lying here?
Of all of this is to have fun, and to have fun before and after the concert. I mean, drinking or not drinking, it's by your choice. Dancing and chatting to other fans, that's the main idea of all of this.
Okay, so give me just a quick idea of what happened at the pre-party.
Well, it happened in
Okay, remember, we got this right. The pre-party was when Till was giving out the shots. That's what we have so far. Let's see if her version of the story matches that.
Small room, and next to the place where happened the concert, and only Till was there, and he was just for 10 or 15 minutes for a small moment of time, and we were having drinks. There was prosecco, tequila, vodka,
Prosecco, tequila, vodka. You mix tequila with prosecco, it's gonna have a little foaming effect.
Different alcoholic drinks and also non-alcoholic like water and juice, and also some snacks. So nobody was forced to drink only alcohol drinks. There was a girl from Latvia as well who drank only juice all the time. So, and also the bottles were sealed, and we opened them with our hands all the time. So it was impossible that somebody could be drugged there. So we were drinking, listening to music, chatting and dancing. And then at some point, Till came to us for 10, 15 minutes, introduced himself to each girl. And then he made this cocktail with tequila and prosecco. And actually, like the bottle of tequila, I gave it to him. Like I
So she, okay, all right. So this witness is saying she gave the bottle of tequila to Teal. She was there. She would have seen it, right? She would have seen it if there was some sort of weird drugging thing happening. Something dropped into the tequila, into the cocktail.
I saw that this bottle was sealed as well, and I gave it to him, and then he made his cocktail, and I also drank this cocktail.
Okay. Now, was Shelby at that party?
Yes, she was.
Shelby's not looking too good right now. She's looking like she's going through a moment. No more comments on that, though. She's definitely had a bad time. Definitely had a bad time, looks like. But probably not how she described it, though. Not sure.
Was at the pre-party.
And did you notice anything about her? It's fine if you didn't. I'm just curious if you remember
Is it an
anything or
act?
noticed anything.
Or is it legit?
At the pre-party, not. I started noticing during the concert.
Okay, so you went down. Sorry, you went down to row 0. The concert started, and then you said you started noticing Shelby.
Yeah, she was acting kind of annoying to me because, I mean, we came to see the concert, to watch it, and to enjoy it, and she was very active, like jumping.
You see what I'm talking about? Let's go back there. It's hard to take her seriously.
Acting kind of annoying to me because, I mean, we came to see the concert, to watch it, and to enjoy it, and she was very active, like
She's bouncing around, jumping with her tits. I mean, you're telling me that she said, you're telling me Till said, hey, want to have sex? And she said no? I'm not buying that. I just don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I mean, there's even, does Till have a type? For like her? I mean, she looks like she has a mullet. Now I'm being mean. Okay. I'm just not buying it. Okay. I'm not buying it.
jumping all over the place. We were strictly advised to stand inside of the square because of this like fireworks and fire, because of the safety. But she was just jumping all around outside the square, and securities were looking at her very angry. And I was so surprised they didn't kick her out, because I mean, she disturbed me, she disturbed other girls to watch the concert. And also she had a fan with her, and she was like I don't know, like doing this.
Yeah, we've seen video of her aggressively.
Yes.
She was probably punched. That's how she got the bruise. Someone punched her.
We didn't ask her. She was just, I had an idea that she was asking for attention from each girl. Mm-hmm. And especially I didn't like that she was just jumping all around. I was standing next to her and her friend. And she was jumping, and I saw her hitting herself several times, like on the edge of the stage. She was
hitting herself on the edge of the stage? Could that explain how she got the bruise?
Loud, the loudest person in our crowd. And like I said, jumping all around and then screaming. And yeah, and at some point, actually, her fan laid down on the stage. And at that point, like, the securities were so mad. Like, I saw that they just told her something. And yeah, but they didn't kick her out.
So she claims that midway through the concert, at some point, she said that there had been some arrangement prior to this that she was going to go down and meet Till midway through, and that she met him beneath the stage, and he let her know that he wanted to have sex, and she didn't.
Oh, that was mid-concert, mid-show. Mid-show? You're talking about in the middle of a Rammstein concert. She met Till behind the stage, under the stage. How? When? It's some in between part of the song where they're getting. I mean, that doesn't even make any sense. There's not enough time for that. What are you talking about? I've never been to a Rammstein show, but I've seen them live, like on YouTube, and they're doing a lot of stuff. During the act, during the show, this story sounds bonkers. The story doesn't make any sense. They say listen and believe, but believing this is like believing like a fairy tale. My kids can write a better story than this. This doesn't like mid-show. I mean, just if I sound ignorant on this, you tell me like how this could happen mid-show, because who's singing? Why isn't Teal on the freaking stage? I mean, he just comes down for that brief moment. Hey, I want to have sex with you. No. Okay, and no one else saw that? What, is Teal like a ninja too? Not only can Teal clone himself and send a double down under the stage, he's also a ninja. This is not making any sense.
And so then he left her there, and then somebody, she claims, came and got her, or she found her way back to the crowd or whatever. But at a certain point, midway through, she does a video from, she's in the crowd at row 0, and she does a video saying, oh my God, Till Lindemann just tried to have sex with me. Were you at all aware of this? Did she talk to you, or did you see her freaking out midway through the concert?
At some point, I've seen that she started to talk to her friend a lot, but I haven't noticed her filming herself.
Yeah,
because I was like staring at the stage all the time.
Right, trying to enjoy the concert, not paying attention to her, understandably.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, I was waiting for this concert almost a year. So.
Right. Okay, so after the concert, you go to the big after party, and it's not that huge, but there are a number of people there, and men and women and different ages and all kinds of things. But basically, and you have sometimes the band members are there, Till's there, sometimes and other people. But you go to the after party. Now, and this was the first after party, not the smaller one with.
Yeah, keeping that in mind. There's 2 after parties. Okay.
Till, but this bigger party, Shelby was there.
At the bigger one, yes.
Okay.
She was together with other, I don't know, maybe they were friends of the band. I suppose so.
She claims that at this after party, by this point in the evening, she was completely drugged. She doesn't remember much of anything. She thinks that she got a huge bruise there from someone doing something to her, although she doesn't know whom. But she claims that she was just completely drugged on GHB or whatever and totally out of it, totally, incapacitated, can't remember it. Was that the impression you had of her?
No. I just saw her sitting next to Richard and just, filming him and chatting to her friend. That's all what I saw.
Okay.
So she wasn't out of it. No one was hitting her. No one was attacking her. They mentioned earlier that she was dancing and hitting herself against the stage. That could have been how she got that bruise. And we've seen videos of her clearly being out of it, or just really in the moment, really enjoying the show maybe a little too much. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying Till Lindemann is like a saint around, women. I'm sure he likes to party. Okay. He's singing a song about pussy. He likes to party. Clearly, he does. Maybe a little too hard. But I don't believe this story. I'm really not believing Shelby's story.
So. Did you see anything at this party that was inappropriate or predatory, or anything that you thought, whoa, that's not good, or anything?
Nothing. Like all the people were were in great mood after the concert, the band itself, and like the friends, and the atmosphere was very great. Like I really don't understand what happened to her.
Right.
The media is probably not going to talk to these individuals, like Julia and the girl before. They're probably not going to talk to them, but the police will, and that might actually help Teal's chances.
Okay, so then at a certain point, the after party dies down, or the after party's gone on for a while, and then does someone ask you if you want to go to Till's smaller after party, or how does that come about that you end up at the smaller after party with Till?
Yeah, this smaller after party was at the same place where there was a pre-party. So all the girls who were at the pre-party, they could go to that small room again, because like there was a separate this kind of Till's party with the music, with some his friends, and like drinks and snacks as it was at the pre-party. But we could also go to the main after party as we wanted. So
It's just a smaller room in the back.
we could go like
Okay.
choose where we want to go. We could switch the rooms all the time, so from one room to another.
But you could say like, I'm ready to leave, or whatever.
Yeah, that's the point. And also our mobile phones were like laying on the table.
Okay. So, was there anything? Well, first of all, was Shelby at this after party?
No, she was only in the main one.
So Shelby didn't even get invited to the small special after party. Look at that.
As I told you already.
So Shelby was not even at the more private party with Till.
Yeah, she wasn't even at the private party with Teal. I don't think he asked her.
Late in the night.
She wasn't invited. She probably asked him, and he said no.
She'd gone.
No, she was in the general area with other people.
I see.
Yes.
Okay. Was there anything at the smaller after party with Till and that you saw that was inappropriate, or was he hitting on people or being
Oh, that's a good
obnoxious or
question.
harassing or anything?
No, nothing. The only thing what we had, it was fun, and we were jumping, we were dancing, and also like during that concert, he at the end of it, he fell on the stage,
Yeah.
and he like I don't know, maybe broke or hit his two fingers, and he was just joking with those two fingers to us. Like it was very fun. Like he was acting like a child. And like all the time I see him like a super kind, super friendly and intelligent person, and at some moments he's also kind of shy. Also he doesn't talk to anyone, like to each girl. Like he chooses people to whom to talk.
Now, what if this is a conspiracy? What if Julia's in on the cut? What if Julia here is lying to cover Till Lindemann? For what purpose? I mean, that's what someone could say. I mean, that's what someone could say here. Be like, oh, she's lying, or it's a cover up, or whatever. It's like, all right, we have two witnesses that paint a picture with their personal accounts that kind of really conflict with what Shelby said.
And like we were dancing, we were having fun. Also, some of the girls were drinking and just chatting. And I also remember that Joe made a video of us dancing and jumping in this room. In general, I would like to say that I know Alona for a long time already, and I know Joey as well because I saw him last year, also at the after party, playing some music. Because
I don't know what that random image was.
His main role is to be a DJ for the band at the after party. So I saw him playing. He also was super kind, super like friendly to anyone, and I'm very shocked by all these accusations towards him as well, because it's not true.
So you have been to a number of parties. Have you ever seen anything predatory, inappropriate, anything that made you afraid for other women or feel like other women were at risk at these parties?
No.
Nothing at all. Look at that. You think? I believe Julia here.
It didn't happen, and when I was at the Rose de Oro after party, like nothing happened. Like it wasn't predatory. It was fun all the time, and like I was so super grateful to everyone, that especially to Alona, that I had this chance. It was a fantastic experience. Like each time, it's super great.
Well, that's what's
Sounds like you have a really good time there, you know? Now, her version of a good time, like I said earlier, could include sex. I mean, that's part of it. Maybe Shelby didn't like that. But then again, Shelby was completely, like, she seemed kind of strange from those videos, like really energetic, really into it. Maybe a little drunk, maybe. Kind of wild, bouncing around, showing her tits and stuff. It's like, you know what? I just believe Julia here. I think Julia's telling the truth, and Shelby is probably fibbing.
shame, you know, is that the people that, yes, this is causing problems for.
I'm gonna one second. I'm gonna take care of something. All right, we're going to wrap this up here. We're going to finish with this witness says.
For Rammstein right now, but this is also hurting all the women through the years who really like Row Zero and really big Rammstein fans who really enjoy getting
Row Zero is that front row where all the girls go.
To go to those parties and getting to stand in Row Zero. And what it's ended up doing is it's restricting women's freedom. And that's why I hate this stuff. Just like I see that some German politicians now are asking for safe spaces for women at Rammstein concerts.
The front row is the safe space. You have all this. The women are much safer in the front row. That's where all the security's at.
Also, I wanted to add about dress code. Yes,
so government, Germany politicians want to put in a dress code at the concerts. Okay.
And at first, the dress code was just there was no dress code. We could wear the black and just black. And last year we were like all the girls were in total black. And at some point, for Till, it was kind of he wanted to change something. And that's why right now we had, like this year, we had this colorful dress code, but this is only for just
it sounds like it's something that Till wanted to do.
To change something, yes.
Right. I don't think people understand, and I've tried to talk about it. I don't think people understand that the main purpose of Row Zero from what I found, it was a promotional thing, and they wanted women, hot women, yes, but they weren't all younger. There were middle-aged women too. I've seen at a number of these, but hot women, very enthusiastic for people to see, and they would post things on social media and stuff during the concert because they would have their phones during the concert, right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Each time.
Yeah, of course. So I want to close asking, what do you think then? You've had all of these experiences, you know the truth. What do you think about what's been happening over the past 2 weeks in the media and with all of this?
I'm completely shocked, especially by all these blind people who don't check the facts and just trust the Shelby.
Trust that Shelby person. That Shelby.
Without checking anything. And just, accusing the band and accusing the girls and just, and especially also the media just.
So you listen to that and you go back to this, what Tank the Tech guy said here. And he read here this blurb from the drummer, and it does kind of paint the situation in a bad light, as like the band is getting ready to distance from Teal. But there's that message. It kind of conflicts. At one point in the message that the drummer said is that we do stand together as a whole, but then it did say that, or he says here that Teal. Lindemann has his own parties, and that his parties are not the same as like the Rammstein after parties, which is kind of distancing yourself. I mean, honestly, like yeah, we stand together, but actually that guy has his own shit, and he doesn't really like his parties aren't our parties. Okay, we don't really know what happens over there. That's not really standing together. Look, at this point, I showed you what I've seen. I don't really believe the Shelby story. Okay. Now, the other women that claim they have had experiences, those could be true. Those could be true. I don't know. The Shelby one, I don't believe it. Now, with that said, just because I don't believe that one, just because I think there's something kind of weird with their story here, it doesn't mean there weren't other issues, okay, with other people. Okay, yeah. And hopefully, if they can come forward, hopefully they come forward and something happens. Okay, because if he's doing horrible things, that's not good. I don't mind adults. Obviously, I don't mind adults having fun, having after party fun at a concert. I mean, it's kind of what you expect at a rock show, at a metal show, at a Rammstein show. But I'm buying what Shelby is selling. Just not buying it. He says, Till Lindemann wants to have sex with her. A rock star wanted to have sex with a fan. It's not like you ever heard that before. It's not like there are a whole bunch of women that will line up for a chance just to do that. With not just rockers, but rappers, movie stars, pop stars. Yeah, it's fame. You think streamers have groupies? They do. They do. Anyway, so this was the Rammstein thing. It doesn't mean I'll be reacting to more Rammstein stuff. It interests me. That's why I talked about it. With that said, you let me know what you thought about all this, and what do you think about the controversy with Till Lindemann and Rammstein. If you disagree with anything, I understand. That happens. This can be kind of a sticky issue. With that said, you take it easy.